We're young. We have a lot of learning to do. I think I have 4 returning varsity players, and everybody else is new to the team this year in terms of level of varsity experience. So we're young. We have a lot of learning to do every day.
You know, when you look at this team and you say they're young and inexperienced, but what are some of the strengths you see in this group?
I think they're willing to learn. They're coachable. They come and they work hard. We just have a lot of learning to do, a lot of things to learn, playing up at a higher level. It's a big jump going from JV up to varsity, so some of those girls just have to learn the pace and the quickness and some of the level that you have to play at to be up at the varsity level.
I feel like we're going to be good. We just need to work on communication and being positive with each other. So far, I think that we're all going to be good on the court, have good competition this year, but so far I feel like we're going to be a good team.
How good is it to just be out here and kind of be back to somewhat normalcy?
It's nice. It's nice knowing that we might not have someone get stuck in a quarantine tomorrow and then not have them. It's kind of how we ended our season last year. We had too many in quarantine and it hurt us postseason. But, it's nice knowing that the kids have some freedom. I mean, I know going to some schools we're still going to have to wear masks and play with masks on possibly depending on who our opponent is. But it's nice knowing that we're maybe getting back to normal a little bit. So, whatever normal is in these COVID days. But I think it's nice for the girls knowing that they don't have to be restricted by masks. I know that was something last year with the breathing, and I think they got used to them, but it was tough.
Having a mask was one of the hardest struggles of last year, especially with people with asthma. This year it's just not really a big factor.
I think we can be competitive. It's just gonna depend on if we can get all the pieces together, working every night, and just building from the previous night's performance or the previous day's practice, just making sure that we're building on and getting a good foundation for some of those first-year players. Paige Mayarana is somebody that we're going to have the ball in her hands a lot. She stepped up big time for us postseason last year when 3 of my starting guards were quarantined for districts, and she basically had to have the ball in her hands the whole district game. So we're going to rely on her to handle the ball, handle the pressure, and get the ball to some of our posts inside. And then Tristan Smith is somebody else who we're looking to hopefully produce some points for us. We graduated our first top scorer and our top rebounder in Emily Dixon, so hopefully TC can come in and fill those shoes and, produce some points for us on the offensive end.
I think this year we have a pretty good team. We lost most of our players from last year, so all of us are kind of new coming in, but we still have some new faces, so I feel like we're going to carry on from how last year's season was.
You're teaching from, the beginning versus if you have 2- and 3-year players that already kind of know how things run, you don't have to start from the beginning as much with them. So I think we are just coming in every day with certain goals that we want to accomplish and, building on that from there.
Here's Chippewa Valley's schedule. They start off on November 30th at home against Marysville, followed by another home game against Stevenson. They go on the road for 2 against Dakota on December 9th and Sterling Heights on December 17th. And then 4 at home against Utica, St. Clair, Fraser, and L'Anse Creuse on January 13th. Then they have 4 road games against Lakeview on January 19th, followed by Warren Cousino, Fraser, and L'Anse Creuse on February 2nd. A home game against Lakeview on the 4th, and then 1 more road game against Lakeshore on the 8th. They close out the regular season at home for 2 against Cousino and Troy on February 15th.